This is my third time recording this video. Every single time I've screwed up somehow, so let's see if I can get through this without crashing out. Last year, I went kind of beast mode and did all of these full art pieces, which is great and all, except since then I've gained a life and don't have the time to spend 10 hours on any one thing. I want to try and make this not feel like some horrible chore by the end of the month, so I'm hoping to make a plan and share it with you guys, list out my goals and all of that, and if you have the same issues, then you can follow with me or take inspiration or do whatever, do whatever with this. If you're also planning on participating in Artfight, feel free to drop your username and what team you are in the comment section. Maybe write some notes about what kind of characters you have. I don't know. One of my favorite parts of Artfight is having the opportunity to talk to people about their OCs and getting to become friends with people. Every year during Artfight, I've gotten to know someone new and it's always been such a blast. I love deep diving about people's OCs. I have these very long conversations. I go into all of the toy houses. I don't know. I like to deep dive, and that makes it easy to become friends with people because people like talking about their characters and then people want to hear about mine and it ends up, you become friends. That is how friends work. Maybe we can make it kind of like a community thing. I don't know. But anyway, drop those in the comment section if you want to. As of right now, there has not been a theme announced. Not to be a negative goddamn Nancy, but this team reveal has me actually, genuinely, I'm so upset. And you're probably wondering, it's not that bad, right? And in theory, I would choose Fossil, right? Well, I've been debating. Okay, here, you're gonna hear me rambling for a little bit because emotions are high and I just watched the team reveal and I posted it all over my Instagram and I'm just oh, I'm heated. So, my first instinct, right, is oh, Team Crystal, right? Because I like Amethyst and I feel like when you think of crystals, you think purples and blues. At least for me, I think purples and blues and deep colors, geode colors, And I have a, anti-pink policy. It's not an anti-feminism thing. I don't know. I was one of those girls who just did not like pink growing up. I was always very anti-pink. And I don't hate pink anymore, but it's the last color I'm ever going to choose if I had the option. And even though I in theory wanted to choose Crystal, I think Fossil is infinitely cooler. Way cooler. I love fossil Pokemon. I also love real fossils. I used to go out and look for fossils. I have a few. They're somewhere in my storage and I just think they're sick as hell. I love them. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, fine, I'll go join Team Fossil. I'm not a big fan of yellow, because that's the splash color they use. And I was I'm not a fan of yellow, but I'll go look at it. Only to see that it's this disgusting yellow, brown green. And I don't understand why anyone would ever use this color for a freaking team color choice or something like that. Why would you choose the two worst colors in all of humanity? And I can't in my right mind choose a team that is going to ruin the entire aesthetics of my entire profile. And if it was a color that was actually nice, then that would be one thing, but it's literally this disgusting, watered down, muddy, everything disgusting in the world. At least to me. I'm sorry if you're Team Fossil. Emotions are high right now, okay? I can't in good conscience choose that team. The other issue is that last year, so many more people chose Stardust, and I already have a feeling that that's what's going to happen with Crystal this year. Crystals are popular with a lot of different genres of people, and I'm very sure that we are going to see the exact same disproportionate Crystal versus Fossil thing. I mean, 90% of my friends have already chosen Crystal. Online, almost all of my friends that I follow that have already have chosen Crystal. And it's I just don't understand how it could be my least favorite option. And all respect to devs, this isn't me hating on any Artfight people. I'm just upset and I didn't want to choose Crystal, but I ended up choosing Crystal anyway because it just feels I don't have a choice. Fossil is so ugly. I would prefer to be on Team Fossil and I can embrace the Crystal life. Okay guys, I will decorate, I will embrace the Crystal life, but it's so frustrating and I'm so angry and I wish it was two teams that I actually liked instead of two mid-ass teams. I don't really connect with either of them, but I'm gonna choose Crystal just so I don't have to choose ugly poopy color brown. Also, I feel I should be transparent with the fact that I'm definitely recording this video now as a way to procrastinate with the references that I should be making. As of right now, I've only actually completed one of the references for the characters that I wanted, and here's some sketches for other characters that I wanted to include, but I don't know if I'll actually get around to doing those, so you know what, we'll see. I think that my Artfight cast will be a very last minute scrambled together one. Usually, maybe 24 to 48 hours before Artfight begins, I like to make a list of 20 to 30 characters characters that really catch my eye. This includes drawings that I already know I want to make from friends of mine, characters that I've already saved from previous years, characters that catch my eye from TikTok or people that follow me, and I scroll through their account and I'm like, oh my god, I love your art, and then I decide to draw them. All of that is included in this giant like Google Doc that I make, or maybe on Discord. It changes year to year. I definitely don't intend to draw all of those. That includes not drawing all of my friends' characters and whatever. I don't intend to draw them all, but I like to make a really big list with a large variety of characters so that I can pick and choose based on whatever inspiration I have in the moment. I don't like to limit myself to really specific things or just like a small list of characters. I want to be able to spontaneously choose something that catches my eye in the moment without overthinking it, and it makes it much easier for me to have full freedom. I also make a big effort to choose different color palettes, different styles, different experience levels. I want to make sure that I've got a large variety so that I can play it by ear. The next thing I'm going to do is break up the month into 4 weeks with a different goal for each week. For the first week, my goal is style experimentation. I don't want to change up my process too much because I think that would be a little bit of a rough start for me, but my goal is to take artists that I really like, artists that I've already like screenshotted and saved as inspirations of mine, and just trying to work out how to draw in their style, taking pieces of their style and just using it to inspire my own work. I'm not talking about stealing or copying their exact style. I just mean taking inspiration from specific things that I like about specific art styles and trying to elevate my own art through that. I think it's a low-key enough goal to have as my starter. I don't think it's too difficult or too overwhelming of a task. My week 2 goal is going to be painting and rendering. Now, I do have experience with rendering. I've done it before. I did it last year for Artfight and I do it now, but I want to really take a chance at forcing myself to draw outside of the lines and just paint. I want to use inspiration from classical painters and classical Renaissance, all of that. I'll put some references on the screen for things that I'm talking about, and I want to try and just reference those and try and use only those techniques in week 2 for whatever drawing I'm trying to make. If you are using this video to help you craft your own plan, but you don't really want to do that, this is the week that I would dedicate the most effort to. I think week 1 is a really good warm-up week, and week 3 is where I tend to start getting somewhat tired. So if you're making your own calendar, this is how I would do it. I would have week 1 as a warm-up and week 2 as the most difficult challenge, and then week 3 and 4 you slowly decrease the exertion and difficulty of the process. For week 3, my goal is going to be speed and simplicity, and that isn't to say I'm planning on rushing or just pumping out art. What I mean is I want to take the chance to maybe not spend as much time on each individual art piece, but trying to use my strokes more thoughtfully, use every single brush with a little bit more thought behind it. So I guess instead of speed as in time, I mean using as little of my brush as possible. I'll put some sketches on the screen of inspirations that I have for this particular idea. I also think that using less lines is a really good chance for me to practice shape language, because you really have to exaggerate certain features in characters or certain poses to get the feeling or clothing or design that you want across. And then for the 4th week, my goal is to combine all of these things and just have fun with it. I thought about maybe including some multimedia elements, so that might end up becoming a goal for week 4, but I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself. I just want to have fun. Experiment using the stuff I already learned, just work on my normal style. I don't want to force any expectations on myself for the 4th week. It's like a free space on a bingo card. I want it to be like the treat after a difficult art fight, giving myself a chance to just recalibrate and rework my own personal style without overthinking any specific element. In terms of revenges, my goal is to do 1 a week following each of the rules that I've set aside. I might end up doing more revenges, I might end up doing less. It just depends on how Artfight goes. I don't want to commit to anything, but I'm aiming for 4 revenges. I will also throw in that I do have commissions open that will obviously take priority over any Artfight work. And I'm also planning on recording all of the things that happen during Artfight. That includes any attacks that I get, includes any revenges and attacks that I do. And I will make a midway recap and then also like an end of Artfight recap, so I can see what sort of things that I learned and what sort of commentary I have on the process itself. Usually, very quickly, I end up with a list of complaints about how Artfight is run or things that I would change, so that will probably be a lot of what the middle video is, as well as just going over how the first few weeks went. It's important to remember that this is a game, so if you ditch the schedule, then you ditch the schedule. I might end up ditching it, you might end up ditching it. Hopefully I won't though. I'm recording a video to try and hold myself to it, so we'll see. Also, just before I go, thank you so much for 500, 600 subscribers. Thank you. It means a lot to me. I had the goal of reaching 500 by the end of the calendar year, and it's currently June, so I'm halfway there. Well, actually, I'm all the way there. My goal was 500 by the end of the year. I meant halfway through the year and already at 500. Anyway, I think I might set the goal for 1,000 by the end of the year, but I don't know. I feel like that's a bit of a scary thing to put on myself, but if you want to subscribe and you enjoyed the vibes of this video, or you enjoyed my other videos and are coming back, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. This is the first time that I've ever actually said the word subscribe in any of the videos on my channel, so it's kind of stressing me out, but I've just got to get over it. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else to add for this video. The last few minutes have just been not advertising, but basically advertising. Anyway, I have to go. I will talk to you guys later. Everyone have a good art fight if you're participating. If not, don't worry, we'll get back to the regularly scheduled content after the month is over. And that's all I have to say on that. Talk to you later.